Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of the vlog and part 2 of our van rebuild. So today we're hoping to get all of our parts. We just got one part that we're waiting for, and that's the new slam panel. Once we get that part, we can start putting the van back together. So to start us off, I'm going to be cleaning down the engine because it's full of oil and grime and nigglet. And by cleaning the engine, we're going to know if we've got any oil leaks and where they're coming from. So we're going to start off by doing that. Okay, so if you remember last week when we had a look at this, we cleaned the top off, but gave it a vanity clean using Auto Finesse's APC, and that was mixed 1 to 5. So that's a 5 litre jug, half a litre, and then the rest of it is water. So today we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to concentrate on this area of the vehicle because this is normally filled up by the radiator, which has arrived, but once that radiator is in place, it's very difficult to get to these bits here. So I'm going to take advantage of the fact that it's all exposed so we can give it a quick clean and wash, and that way any oil leaks in the future we'll know exactly where they're coming from. So let's crack on with the pressure washer and first of all soak it down. Okay, so the engine is now nice and clean, a lot better, and it means that we can now crack on and get the engine slam panel back in as soon as it arrives. So let's go to the back of the vehicle while we're waiting for the slam panel, and let's start that process there. Okay, so before we start working on the back, I'm always paranoid after I clean an engine that it starts. So just going to make sure that we're okay. This van has an immobilizer on it, so let's just demobilize and then let's start the vehicle, make sure it starts okay. Yep, she's fine. Always good to do when you do, especially when you do any kind of pressure washing, to make sure that your vehicle starts after. And now that we've done that and we know that it does start, we're good to go on the back. So let's start taking the back apart. Okay, so by way of reminder, these are the old parts that we took off. So on the left you've got the old crash bar, and to the right is the bumper. You can see the condition of those. Both of those are definitely not saving, and because it's a safety part, I would never recommend trying to save a crash bar, because if you put an old crash bar on, it's severely compromised. I mean, just look at that one, it's twisted, etc., and the next impact could have a severe impact on you. So always replace crash items with new. And when I say crash items, I'm talking about reinforcement bars. Always replace them with new rather than reusing, even if it's slightly damaged. So that's the old ones. Let me show you the new ones. And there's the new ones. Huge difference, as you can see. Really pleased that I've got a new one. There was a damaged crash bar, and that's this one here on the left, on eBay, but it was rusty, and I don't know how old it is. Even if it's 3 or 4 years old, it didn't look in the right state. So for £20 more, literally, I bought a brand new one. And the bumper, again, there was a few on eBay, but they were covered in paint, etc., so no point compromising, just buy a new one. And this one, I think the cheapest one I saw on eBay was £61, and that was £78. So we're talking about £17 more, etc., just for a brand new bumper, and it's just going to look the part. Right, so that's one or two of the bits I've got. I've also managed to get a door. I'll show you that. So here's my door. I'm pretty pleased with it. It's okay. I paid £165 for it, included delivery. It came on the back of a pallet. You'd think someone who was selling a door would at least give it a clean. I've cleaned the top. You probably can't see it too well on the camera, but this door came filthy. I mean, it's literally just been torn off and then sold. So, but hey, it's going to fit the purpose. So I will clean it in my own time. A little bit of an update I want to show you now. So in this hole here is normally my S8 Sonic toolbox. As you can see, it is missing. That's because my sponsorship deal with Toolmaniac has come to an end, and in the small print it said that the box will go back once the deal has come to an end. So they came and collected it yesterday. and I'm really missing it. It was a fantastic box. They did offer to sell it to me for a discount price, but being the fact that I'm a new YouTuber, a new full-time YouTuber, I can't really justify the costs of buying a toolbox. Really, I've got to concentrate on vehicles, so I had to let it go. But I do have a plethora of tools that will basically provide for me on these toolboxes. I am going to buy some new sockets because I love the way that the Sonic toolbox was just organized, and I can find the socket I want and then I can pull it back, and if it was missing it was very evident. Whereas in this arrangement where I got now, yeah, I ain't got a clue. So I'm going to get a I was going to buy a tray from Sonic, but they're quite expensive for what you get, and those Sonic tools are very high quality. Believe me, they really are. I'm doing things on a budget here, so I'm going to get some of the Halford Advanced tools because they're pretty good, and they come with a tray as well. At least I can use that in the meantime. Good. Okay, so let's get on to the van because that's what you're really here for. So this is what we're going to do today. So as you probably are aware, we've got this dent here that we need to sort out. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop the wheel, the spare wheel, and then I've got a hydraulic ram, and I'm going to use that to push this out. So this is out fractionally. If I get a straight edge, you'll see the bend. In fact, let's go and do that now. Okay, so we'll get the straight edge in there. You'll see the gap. Can you see that? So that's where we need to, oops, there you are, that's better. That's where we need to bring that out to. So we got a little bit of pushing to get that right. We're going to do that from underneath, and hopefully by pushing that out, that's going to also bring this down. You can't see it, but it's just lifted up there. Can you see that? So by pushing that out, it should bring that down and release some of that energy, and we can use my heavy mallet to do some work on that as well. So we'll do that now. Okay, so this is my 4-ton body repair kit. Basically, it's a hydraulic ram. Got this from Machine Mart. So essentially what you do is you build out how far you need to do, how far you need to push. You have various attachments that come with it to give your support. So because we're pushing against that, I'm using this to try and spread the load, and I'll probably put a little wooden block as well behind that to help. And where we're going to put the end here, I've got a flat bit of wood for that. If I just go underneath the van and show you where we're going to place this. So what we're going to do to brace it, let's just run it up a little bit underneath there. It's a bit dark. There you go, that's the best we're going to get it. So there's a little bar that runs across there. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but we're going to use that as the brace because that's tubular, so it should be able to withstand, although we will check to make sure that we're not doing any undue stress to it, and then we'll push against that to then push this out and try and make it straight, and that in turn should bring that hump down. Anyway, that's the game plan. So let's give it a try and see what happens. Okay, so after all that pushing and tugging, we finally got the floor where it's supposed to be. So if you remember, there was a bit of a gap. If I put my straight edge in there now, you will see that we are literally bang on straight. So we've got absolutely no gaps. There's just a teeny bit there, but it's so insignificant that it's just not even worth pushing it. So that is much better. The door fits better as well, but obviously this is the damaged door that's on here now, so I need to get the proper door on there. And what I've done, I've taken, this is the bottom latch, so at the moment the door connects to the top latch perfectly, there's no problem there, but it doesn't hook onto the bottom. I've managed to just get this one here working, so this pin here fits, although it needs a bit of a knock, which I will do so in a second. But this is pretty much straight, and the pin is just slightly, I think it's sitting on that side. I just need to move it that side a bit, but that's evident by the fact that this pin is bent, so not worried about that. I know I can get that sorted. So it's literally just this here. Now this hinge is slightly bent as well, so that's not helping, so I'm going to take it off and straighten that in my vise. But once we get the door on, we'll be able to then get this to fit properly, and then once we get that door fitting properly, we can then fit the bumper. The bumper's all good to go. I'm very happy with the way this has come out. This has come out perfect, in fact better than I expected. There's no twists in this metal at all, so we can fit the crash bar straight to that. Just want to make sure we get the door fitted before we fit the crash bar, and then we're good to go. So good progress so far. So that is it for this week. Next episode we'll be sorting out the door, fitting the new door, getting the bumper fitted, all the sensors, and finishing off the back. So that will be in the next episode. So don't forget to subscribe down here, and give us a thumbs up as well, and also turn on your notifications so you are notified. We share this on Facebook, Instagram, all the other platforms, so you'll start seeing some pictures on Instagram as well. And also don't forget to become a patron. If you're a patron, you join the CFP club, and on that you get extra posts, you get the vlogs a week before they come on YouTube. Plus there are some unseen footage that is exclusive for our patrons. Plus you also have access to myself via a support address, so click on the link below and you'll be able to access that as well. So we'd like to thank all our patrons who are supporting the site as well, and it really is helping. So that's it guys, we will see you on the next episode. Enjoy the rest of your week.